I support Trump because I feel like we're in a very tough time right now for this country. I feel like we need a true leader. I feel like we haven't had that under Joe Biden. If Trump was in office, I don't think that Putin would have ever invaded Ukraine. I believe in that. And the reason I believe that is because there was no wars ever started under Trump. And I just don't think it would have happened. It's conveniently right when Trump gets out of office that Putin decides to invade Ukraine. I think it's too much of a serious issue to say I support Ukraine, I support Russia. It's people dying on both sides. It's terrible overall, and we need to get it stopped as fast as we can. I think Trump's the guy to do it.
I think it's like I was talking to somebody earlier today, and he's like, man, the best thing about Trump is he just speaks common sense. Like what he says should be common sense to everybody. I think Trump pushes positive vibes.
I'm a lifelong Republican, and with Donald Trump, they either love him or hate him. When I talk to young people, my grandkids' age, like 19 years old, I tell them, look if you show weakness, which is this administration has, which has caused Ukraine, I believe that. Putin jumped on that and now is getting Russian troops. Have you seen the latest? I'm sorry, getting Korean troops in there. So this is becoming really serious. That's what I say to these young people or my grandkids. You want to be in World War III? It's just completely out of control. And I'm a Republican, and people are saying, well, we shouldn't be funding them. I don't get that at all. I have supporting Ukraine. But the thing is, I don't believe that with Trump in office, that Ukraine would ever happen. And I really do believe before he gets sworn in that he can help end this.
Realistically, we don't need a woman president because they're not going to respect her. You know what I'm saying? Behind every good man is a good woman. All right. And that woman can help that man run a country. She doesn't know nothing at all.
The biggest thing for us has been like the economy. And I think that's the hardest part is our money a lot of it does go overseas, to kind of, be a world leader. You like that. But the other hard part too is it's like, I'm giving money to my neighbor who is in need while my house is also on fire. What is the exit strategy to get out of Ukraine at that point? Or at least not necessarily get out, but it's like, all right, how is our goal to either jump in and get them to the point where, Russia backs off of that? But how do you stop that flow, or at least where it's at least balanced? Like, what do we, in the end of it, where is the return on that investment? I mean, I think the biggest thing with Ukraine right now is just there's not a great answer because nobody has really a great plan for it. So I think there has to be a little bit more strategy of just like, all right, how do we divert funds, but also what's attached to that? But also, too, if we become energy independent again, then you're not having to worry about some of those other conflicts because that's really what it boils down to. I mean, you just have to follow the money, and there's no consequence to what like Putin was doing in Russia, anyways. And now that they got recruited North Korean troops down there, I think that's going to be even more of a challenge. Like, all right, if he's willing to pull in other people into the fight, it's kind of what World War I, World War II, where America we waited, and sometimes we probably got into it a little bit too late. And so I think it's going to be something we might need to take some more definitive action.
I support Kamala Harris because I believe that she's the change that we need to move forward into the next era that we need to be moving into. I believe we should a little bit, but we should let them do their own thing, like whatever, and only come in as needed because, we don't really understand totally what they have going on. Like, I feel like we're just there because I feel like we benefit, or they may feel we benefit some kind of way from that, but I feel like they should handle their own problems and we should only be there if only needed. Yes. I believe Kamala Harris, even though while she may be for togetherness, I believe she may do it at the right time. Trump, I kind of don't trust too much. I believe that a lot of things that he do is for himself. Like, so anything that I feel like he's behind, I don't feel like it's good for us as a people.
This year is making sure that Trump doesn't win and we have free and fair elections for the rest of my lifetime. I feel like he doesn't really understand what's going on. So he has easy answers to complicated problems. And any decisions he makes in Ukraine are not going to understand the subtleties and what's really going on over there. He's going to go for easy answers and easy sound bites. I think we should be in Ukraine. If not boots on the ground, then at least financial military support. We have to respect countries' sovereignties, and Ukraine was a sovereign country that's been invaded. We can't go back to those times where that type of thing was okay. I think that's pretty obvious.
I care about like everything that Kamala represents. Women's rights, the environment, uh, freedom to be and to grow and have hope. And I'm old enough to know what that feels like. So watching how our political presence in the world has deteriorated because of the presence of those who are only concerned for themselves and their power and their ego and their money, that worries me. And trust me, I would say almost everybody in the world knows more about our politics than we do. They follow it very closely. So this is for the world. This is not just for US. I was just in Norway and was happy to attend a concert by the Ukrainian Symphony. They were there, and it was so beautiful. We stand with you. We know the fight that you're in is, again, not just for you and your beautiful country, but for the world. So we're with you 100%. We will not give up as long as we have the leadership that continues to support that as well.
Trump is about Trump. Kamala is about our country. He is a criminal. He is a racist. He's not a person that truly cares about this country. I think any nation who is in need, who needs help, should be helped. No nation has any right to just go in as a bully and just destroy another country's life. You can't do that. And the other countries, the bigger countries that can help and stand up, should do that. It's their responsibility to help each other.
I'm out here because I have the strong feeling that this is going to be a historic event. She has plans for all of us, regardless of who we are. And she's got the experience to do the job. She has a track record of getting things done. And she's also a lot more hopeful than the other option. I think that Harris is clearly the better candidate in terms of our foreign policy as it pertains to Ukraine. The other candidate has said publicly that he would allow Russia to do, quote, whatever the hell they want to. And that is not the way that the United States as a leader in the world is supposed to be conducting this. We don't give our enemies free rein to run over our allies. And that costs us money. Sometimes it costs us lives, but that's the price of being the world's leader on things like foreign policy. And saying that we're going to let people invade our allies at will it's frankly un-American.